Ravens flock. The flock rundown is the place to be. My man Ryan has been a lifelong Ravens fan since he was born. So I'm telling you now, it's about to go down. The podcast, the flock rundown. Ravens, baby. Nothing gets better than waking up and wondering how high we can fly. Tune in.
Motionless brainwaves attempt to swim their way to sense, can't tame the untamed.
Appreciate you, Ray. What's up, Ravens fans? My name is Ryan, and welcome back to another episode of the Flock Rundown. I missed you guys. We're in the dead zone of the NFL offseason. There's just not a lot of football-related things going on. But we got a few things to talk about today, so let's dive into it. So training camp is the next big thing on the calendar. The rookies report on July 13th, and then the veterans are going to report on July 20th. I think the first practice is July 21st, and then that runs all the way through August, the preseason, into the season where we kick off against the Chiefs Thursday night, as we all know. And one of the main position battles this year is that third safety spot. And we've been talking throughout the offseason about possibly bringing in a veteran. Justin Simmons is obviously a huge name still out there. The Ravens brought in Jamal Adams for a visit. But without bringing anyone from the outside in, the leader of the pack right now is Darius Washington. He played some slot for us last year and some safety throughout the offseason, the preseason, and into the regular season, and looked phenomenal. Dude was a dog. He had a surprise season-ending injury kind of early into last year, but he was playing incredible ball in the preseason and early into the season last year, playing a pivotal role for our defense. Harbaugh's been raving about him in his interviews. This led to Ryan Mink putting out an article talking about Darius Washington, and Darius Washington then quote tweeted it and said, "You'll see why." And he's referring to Harbaugh's comments of saying that he's earned time and has impressed and seems to be the leader at that third safety spot like we're talking about right now. Now, I'm not saying we're not bringing in a veteran. I think that spot is completely still up for grabs, and there are some big names floating out there, and the Ravens didn't bring Jamal Adams in for no reason, right? Like, I think that's a little sign into the future that we may be in the veteran safety market. But I also don't think that Darius Washington's a scrub, man. I think that he easily could win this job. I think he will win this job if we don't bring in outside competition. I think with who we have right now, obviously Marcus Williams, Kyle Hamilton, starters, not even a debate. But that third safety spot to come in and replace a Geno Stone type role is going to be Darius Washington. And even if we do bring in a vet, I still think Darius Washington, if healthy, can carve out a role in this team. I know he's a smaller player, but he's got great instincts, plays extremely physical, and was showcasing that all last year until he got hurt. So I'm excited to see how this plays out throughout the offseason, throughout training camp, into the season again. And I'm excited to see Darius healthy and get some meaningful minutes on this defense, because I really think that he has earned this role, especially off of what he did last year. As long as he can come back from that injury, which it seems like he is, he's got to stay healthy, obviously. Health is a huge piece to everyone's development. You got to be on the field. You got to be practicing for you to develop and earn that role. But as long as all that plays out, I really think that he could be the answer there. I'm still not against bringing in a vet. I think if we brought in someone like Justin Simmons, our secondary would be insane. You know, I think that puts us over the top, and there are no holes in the secondary. But that third safety spot is still up for grabs, and shout out to Darius Washington. I think he's got it locked down right now. The Ravens also added a veteran wide receiver today. Not a huge name, but Keith Kirkwood. He was last playing on the Saints. He's 29 years old, mainly a special teams guy in my opinion, but we'll see. I think it's just another wide receiver camp body. He's only got 24 career catches for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns in 6 years of playing with the Panthers originally and then the Saints. So definitely not a big wide receiver target here. I don't think that's the goal. I think this is a camp body and special teams potential starter. We'll have to see what he brings, obviously. But they did make a signing. I just wanted to talk about it. it's not moving me in any type of way. I don't think that this is going to help or hurt the team in a major way. I think we'll be good regardless. But shout out to Keith Kirkwood. Welcome to Baltimore. Hopefully he can make the team and show out and carve out himself a special teams role. And as you know, in the offseason, there's always a million rankings and, all these different websites and companies are doing different rankings. I usually don't buy into a lot of it, but I did just want to summarize and say that I've been seeing the Ravens get quite a bit of love in these rankings, which is pretty rare. I feel like we usually get a little bit disrespected or just undervalued. The Ravens kind of fly under the radar, but I guess since we had the best record in the NFL last year that we're starting to get a little bit of respect. But Sports Illustrated named us as having the best triplet on defense of Justin Madubuike, Roquan Smith, Kyle Hamilton, the spine of the defense, the trio of the defense. It's the best trio in all of football. I definitely agree. I think with Madubuike's breakout last year and that contract he deserved just confirmed that he's a force to be dealt with and is going to disrupt many offensive lines for years to come. Roquan, I mean, come on, man. Leader of the defense, arguably the best player on the defense. Ever since we traded that second-round pick, which is still a steal, for Roquan, he's just did nothing but lift our defense and everyone around him. And then Kyle Hamilton, major breakout last year. Knew he was going to be great, but it happened fast, and he was a little bit better than I expected last year. I think everyone was shocked. I mean, this dude's a superstar. This guy could easily end up becoming the best player on the Ravens defense very soon. I would not be surprised. And then PFF showing a little love to us too, giving us the best safety duo and the best tight end duo in the entire NFL, which I also agree with. I mean, Marcus Williams, Kyle Hamilton at safety. We were just talking about that earlier in the episode. That's incredible. Hopefully Marcus Williams stays healthy this year, but dude's a ball hawk, always around the ball, always disrupting plays. And then Kyle Hamilton literally does everything. And I think that we're just getting started to see what he can turn into. So excited about that duo. And then on offense, Mark Andrews is back. I think he returns to Mark Andrews' form. Him and Lamar's connection is going to be incredible this year. And then Isaiah Likely, every time Mark goes out, it looks like a top 5 tight end in the entire NFL. So I think that Munkins needs to do a good job of getting them both on the field this year. Likely did enough last year again when Mark went out to impress Todd Monken. I feel like there's no doubt, there's no way that he's not going to be more involved in this offense. So I'd agree. I mean, Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely is the best tight end duo in the NFL. That's it for today's episode. Like I said, not a ton going on in this gap of the offseason between minicamp and training camp, but I just want to come on and say hi to you guys and talk about a few things. If there's anything going on or any questions that you guys have or any video topic ideas, please drop them in the comments. I'd love to answer some questions. I'd love to get some more topics to discuss and things that you guys are interested in. I'm totally down for that. So feel free to ask me any questions in the comments, and I think I'll make some videos about it too. Appreciate you guys, as always, for watching these videos, supporting the channel, supporting the Ravens with me. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will talk to you guys soon.
Motionless brainwaves attempt to swim there where the sense can't tame the untamed.